Hello everybody, welcome back. It is Jeff again, coming to you from the Mindcrack server. And, whoop whoop, I did not want to go to the morgue. Realized I left myself no way into the hospital anymore, which is kind of annoying. So I have to sneak out this way and get into the main hospital. Look around, make sure there's no mobs. Good, good. I figured today I could actually start building some of the walls inside here to give it some definition. I'm not sure what it's going to look like yet. I figure that this, since obviously it's so visible into the real world, somewhere right around this area is going to have to kind of be the waiting room area almost. I'm thinking a combination between cobblestone walls with the stone bricks is going to be the ideal look, and I'm not sure exactly how to do this. If I put cobblestone walls like that, and then what does it look like if you go straight across with it? Not ideal for now, but we can work with it and see what happens. I'm going to kind of give this some definition like this. And this way I figure you can still see the floor pattern quite well as oops, as well as have the ability to use these type of walls over here. Not sure how I'm going to like this or not, but we are going to find out if it's something that looks relatively good. And from here on, straight across, is that a big enough waiting room? I can't even get through it, so I don't know. Let's see. Let's put that there for now. And one on that side so I can get out. Yeah, because if I put, like, where people actually wait over here, and put, like, the information desk and stuff this way, maybe even a little nurse's station kind of right here, because this is going to be the ambulance entrance area, and in order to make a good ambulance entrance, you need bays, some big bay doors that can get through, people can get in to. This is pretty wide though. I don't know if I need it this wide per se. And then kind of coming up to almost like a crossroads right here, where it's going to be the difference between sending somebody out to the main waiting area or they come on straight back in. I guess you would need it bigger for these stretchers. Kind of like this is the end of the ambulance entry area here. I don't know what kind of supplies I'll put up here, but then the hospital itself is right here. I guess I could put the main entrance over there, or even, oh, you know what I could do? I could even split this up so the main entrance is just a walkway on the side, and the ambulance bay area, that'll split up a lot of this. Yeah, there we go. I think that'll work very well, and that's actually perfect because the ambulance comes in here. Technically, people go this way, but there will be a door here so that ambulances can still go to the main area, because that definitely happens all the time. People think that just because they come into a hospital on an ambulance means they're going to get seen first. That is not the case. There's a quick triage that happens up front to kind of go, are you worthy of needing care at the very current moment, or are you just a normal patient that just because you took an ambulance doesn't mean you get to slide in front of everybody, because you would be making life or making people who might need care more than you, who happen to come in themselves, wait because you took an ambulance. It doesn't work that way. It's all part of the triage process. A lot of people really do think that if they come in because they are on an ambulance, that they should get seen first, and I understand why they think that, but that is not the case. So don't think that is the case. I might even shrink that up one more row. I'm not sure. We'll kind of see how this goes. But if that's how I'm going to separate this thing, then I need to start building my main rooms. You obviously need a big room, a big triage room for like CPRs in progress happening back here in the initial entrance area, and it kind of makes it hard because I want the room to stick out a little bit more while still giving the ambulance bay. I could like cut that to the side and actually take this, so not really worry about the fact that it's that length, because these people can in theory get whittled down this way. Obviously this isn't going to be the way it is 100%, but get whittled down this way, so it's almost like the ambulance entrance area is a little bigger. So that's, I think, is going to be good. I just need to find a way to mix this. So if I were to say that I want a big, like a trauma bay, essentially, right? How big is this thing gonna be? I can't jump on these things, so these things are not easily stackable. So if I did something like that to give this thing corner definition, oh, I don't like the way that that looks. I wanted this to have... Oh man, I thought they connected in a better way than that. They do not. So let's just do this and see what it ends up looking like. So I just did 3 high for now. Oh, that is enough for fall damage. Oh man, I thought that that had a different way that it built itself into the corner. That's unfortunate, because I don't know if I like the looks of that. I mean, it's not bad, and I could actually... It kind of separates the rooms. If I do it full scale like this, and kind of separate these rooms out, and I'm going to put a window in these rooms, because a lot of these do have windows in them, and then they have blinds that you pull in order to like give the privacy to the rooms. So I could do something like that. This design may need to get changed, because I don't know how big of a fan I am of that. And actually, depending on what I go, I don't need the top, because whatever I go with for the floor up above hopefully will seamlessly come down and meet with these blocks. That will be the ideal case. So while I'm continuing to build this thing out, I don't know if that looks good at all. But while I'm continuing to build this thing out, it's at work the other day, God, I feel like an idiot. Have you ever just like realized what a genius you were? And I'm saying that completely sarcastically. I've discussed before in my videos about, you know, situational awareness and how important that is and things like that. And I will tell you, I had the strangest conversation with myself a couple days ago, walking down the hallway of my hospital. I was going to the cafeteria because I wanted something to eat for breakfast. And as I'm going in through the cafeteria, I am walking into like, whoops, crap. There's like a back entrance you can take into our cafeteria, which it's not really the back per se, but it's just farther behind everything else than most people go. Most people go to the front area, but if you come down that set of stairs by the emergency department, you'll kind of be on the back. And so I was walking in the back area, right past where the cafeteria entrance is in the back, before you turn down the hallway to get to the cafeteria, is an area where a lot of the environmental services staff, which are, you know, essentially it's a different name for janitors. So it's where our janitor staff and things like that is located at. And also maintenance there's a section of maintenance that's back there as well. So this guy comes out and he's carrying a paintbrush with him, and he's got a shirt on that's got, like, you know, paint splotches and stuff on it. In my hospital, they paint all the time. There's always signs in some hallway that says fresh paint. I don't know if they just keep repainting everything like crazy people. Actually, this is not big enough. I need to move this over. If this is I have 2 major trauma bays, and this one is not a big enough trauma bay. So I need to move all of this over. I almost think it needs to make sure it's like this far almost. Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting I can't do that. And I'm opening this furnace. So either way, I see this guy coming out, you know, carrying a paintbrush, or with a shirt all splotched with paint, and So obviously he's been painting, because like I said, they paint everywhere in my hospital all the time. And I'm looking at his hands because, you know, I'm paying attention to my surroundings. And I glance down his hands and I'm like, man, he must have really gotten into his work. He has got so much paint all over his hands. It's pretty, like, it's kind of comical to even look at the fact that how much paint he's got in his hands. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. This will also be an isolation room as well, actually, because you have to have an isolation room up front in case somebody comes in with bad problems that you don't need spreading to the rest of the department. But I'm looking at his hands, and I'm like, okay, man, this guy really got into, you know, his painting job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 between pillars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then another set of pillars right here. And I'm looking at his hands, and I'm like, it looks like he dipped his hands directly into the paint bucket, like both of them. And I'm like, man, he got his hands really messy. And I'm like, he must have just dipped his hands. He must have just dipped his hands into the paint bucket, because look at that. It's such a perfect definition on his wrist where his where the paint stops. This is the conversation I'm having with myself walking down the hallway and just like looking at this guy's hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right here. And I get closer to him, and I looked even more. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. He's got these tattoos on his hands, these white tattoos on his hands that are sticking out through all this paint. Like, not only is there perfect definition amongst the way he must have just dipped his hands in the paint, but he's got these tattoos that are just like sitting there and shining right on through that paint. That paint had no effect on those tattoos. Conversation I am literally having with myself and thinking this is legitimate. This is also Thursday after I'm at the fire station. Like, I'm a genius the nights that I go to work after I'm at the fire station. Man, I will tell you. But yeah, if you haven't guessed it by now, as I got up closer and looked again and actually took the time to take the situation into account in my mind, he was wearing gloves that had a logo on them, a white logo on the top of them. And in my mind, I was like, look, he dipped his hands in paint, and he's got this paint-proof tattoo on his hands, obviously, because that makes perfect sense, you know, to everybody involved. I felt like such an idiot. Luckily, I didn't say anything to anybody. I was like walking by myself, but this is literally what I was thinking. And I don't even understand how I can have that thought process in my mind, because that's just ridiculous. AMC. Oh man, it was just one of those days where I had wished I gotten a little bit more sleep, which I, you know, had not gotten because I was at the fire station. I just wasn't thinking clearly. Oh man, I really need to, you know, make sure I don't do anything extremely stupid on those days. I'll tell you, on Thursdays, you know, especially on nights where I don't get much sleep. What did I come in here for? I don't remember exactly what I just came in here for, actually, but I do need to go shear my sheep. I keep forgetting to do that. And I think I threw my shears. Oh, I think I know where my shears are at. They're in... Oh, they're in a chest here somewhere. Hold on, let me find them. Okay, found them. I just wanted to stop the video because I didn't want people to watch me just going through my disgustingly nasty chests. And yes, I will be finishing that morgue and moving over there at some point soon. It's just not happened yet, but it will happen. So yeah, on Thursdays when I'm there after nights that I don't get much sleep, man, I think the stupidest things to myself all the time, and it's so bad to be in a lot of meetings on Thursday, because a lot of my meetings in the job role that I do now are via phone. So phone meetings being completely different than in-person meetings, because especially when you're tired, you can really drift off. I don't mean drift off. I've never actually fallen asleep at work, but you like drift off and start losing interest in what's being discussed, because if they're talking about something that's not directly pertaining to you or your organization at that exact moment, you start working on other things. Let me check my email. Let me see what else I've got to do for the day. And before you know it, they're asking you a question. And you haven't been paying attention because you realized you got yourself focused on something else, and you're like, oh. So on Thursdays, it's really easy for me to do that because I've just got so much mentally. I'm, you know, tired, and I'm not saying it's good, but it's good that I'm not in a clinical role right now. But I actually never would go to work. I would make sure if I had to work on Thursday morning, and I'm normally at the fire. Oh, I know what I want, a glass. and I'm at the fire station on Wednesday night, I would have to call out to the fire station, because I know if I'm too tired, I can't efficiently give patient care. Like, I'm smart enough to know that I'm not going to go in and try to hurt somebody or risk hurting somebody just because I'm tired. Like, that's not fair to anybody involved, so I never wanted to do that. I want to make glass panes, though. Should we tint them? I think tinting would be kind of cool. Like a blue tinted glass pane in there. I do have plenty of lapis. Let's see, how would that look? I think that would look pretty sweet, actually. Because then you could argue... Oops, wrong way. Then you could argue that, you know, it's not a violation of patient privacy because they're tinted windows. So let's do a couple sets of these. 16 of them, and go see how this would look. Actually, I think panes would look the best. How do I make these panes? I did it last episode, and I already don't remember. Is it 3 across the bottom? No. Is it 2 stacked on each other? No. Is it 4? Is it all? No. What the hell? There it is. I knew it was something. It'll give me more to play with, as well as I think it would look in this situation, in the between rooms area. I think it would look the best. So we will find out. But if I gave this thing the blue tinted panes, we'll see how this looks. So I hope you guys have been enjoying Spelunky and such. I'm still having a great time making that. Yeah, I think that looks really cool. Especially actually right here, because it's right by the blue hospital symbol that's on the side. And these are big enough to where they are, like I said, going to be my trauma areas. So they're going to have more room for more people. And I do have to design a sink. How should I design a sink? A sink should probably be made out of... because every room needs a sink. If I did something to the extent of that... and then maybe even put just a blue piece of glass. We're just going to see how this looks. A blue piece of glass. Like, I'm not going to use dirt for it, but a blue piece of glass and maybe even half slabs of some type. I do have smooth stone on me. I do not have a workbench in here, so let's make one, because I will need one eventually. A workbench in here. We'll just put it in this corner and make a couple of the smooth stone slabs, because I bet that they would look the best around this. Oops. No, because then unfortunately you can't even see it. I guess I don't need blue either. I could do something like that and put... oh, you know what I might be able to do? I should go get that shovel so I don't waste that piece of glass. Or we'll just mess with it in this corner. If I actually just did something like that and put an actual water bucket... oops, my entrance is over here. It's through it's through this room that I just blocked with this thing. That's great. Let's go get a water bucket here and see how this looks. I wonder what MC Gamer is up to. Oops. Yeah, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the Spelunky series. I've got some, you guys gave me, like I said in the last video, some great suggestions for some games, and I will be playing some of them soon, as well as, I have a great game. I don't think it's going to be the most prolonged series in the world, but somebody made a suggestion to me that I was like, let me research that a little bit more. So there we go. I mean, that can be a sink. I don't know. I need it to be something space conscientious. Conscientious. Yes. Some words over there that I'm saying. Space conscious. That shouldn't kill anything, right? Yeah, it shouldn't. Because I was going to see what it would look like if I put... oh, I'm flying away. Can you even do something like this? That actually looks cool. That actually is missing a light. It needs a light in there. Oh, this room turned out actually perfectly, like, on the money. This one did not, but I think the floor pattern's still cool, even though it's not completely symmetrical like this one is. I kind of like that floor pattern. So yeah, tell me what you think. Something like this for a sink in the room, or something like this that doesn't look like a sink though, and I'm trying to figure out how to make it look like a sink. I don't know. Something weird like that. I need to get a bed in these rooms, and then some shelving units and things like that where they're going to have supplies. So probably like a chest behind a door, a steel door that with a pressure plate right here, so you can come in and it opens up for you, because you need to be able to get to everything pretty damn quickly in a hospital. I definitely don't mind the way that this is looking, but I do think it needs some more window items in it. So what if I were to do this again like that? That doesn't work right because of that, but I easily could. Let me go get that shovel. I'm gonna make myself a new door. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Sorry, Snow. Yeah, so I don't rip this glass out and keep wasting the glass. Not that it's like a difficult thing to get a hold of, but there we go. That was crazy, all those guys ate at one time. So this is going to kind of be the way that I go about this for the emergency department itself. I might split it up into sections as well, so there might not be necessarily rooms just along the outside, but they'll be like, this will be a pod, like this is your trauma area, and you're going to have a couple more rooms over here, some smaller rooms, and then there'll be another section in the back that has curtain type rooms in it. Like that's what we do at my hospital. We have some rooms that are, you know, singles, some that are doubles, some that are just curtains, things like that. So good, got my glass pane back there. I really like this blue stained glass. The blue stained glass looks nice. So I did that. The problem is it's still not sticking out right. So I could do that mixed with one of, you know, a full glass block instead, and even put a full glass block over here so that you have a view into your patient if you're out in the hallway. I don't know. I have to think about that one for a little bit and see what I like. And I actually want to get your guys' suggestions on what you think would look good as well. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, you know, playing, you know, Spelunky. I'm actually going to play the daily challenge of Spelunky right when I get done making this video. But I am going to try to move on to some other games and some great, like I said, great suggestions, but some great things I have lined up to come in the near future. I'm kind of excited about it, and I don't want to say anything, and not because it's like some awesome game that's going to be, you know, everybody's going to love this game and want me to continue playing, but just because I think it's going to be, for one, comical, and for two, just fun in general, because it's an old school game, and I've never played it either. So I think it's going to be just a little bit exciting to do something new and different than the average. I'm going to put these blocks back on top as well, actually. Oops. I wish you could give this thing a little bit more. I mean, I think if I give it this, yeah, if it just didn't stick up right here at the top, if it was just seamless all the way through, it would be perfect. That's like missing something. What if I do that and then put one of these on the floor like that? Whee! Wait a minute here. Is that a way to make a different type of water elevator? Actually, holy crap. If I have just found a way to make another water elevator, I would be so happy. I so miss water elevators. They make life so easy. So what would I need for that? I need a ladder. I need a ladder and more water. And you can stay there. I have fence posts, but I do not have... I could technically do it with a fence post as well. Yeah, let's just try it with a fence post real quick and get some more water. Bloop. I'm sure this isn't going to work because I'm sure somebody else would have thought of it already. But got to give it my all. Give it a little test run and see what it actually does. The spider's going to come try to wreck me. Yep. Yes, he is. Get in. Get in. Sucker. Well, I'm probably the sucker because he won a little bit. But isn't that what happens? So let's, if I did that, buckets. It doesn't seem like it's that fast, huh? That initial jump goes really quick. Then I hit the ceiling. That initial jump is pretty quick there. I'm not really sure. Not sure that this is a totally infeasible idea. Let's see. So I need one of those there, another one of these there, and this is all just for testing. And my other water bucket there. And now to see if I fall and hurt myself. Whee! Nope, then I'm just riding a water current up, and it's not any faster than anything else was. Which is like, man, once you launch when you get to the top of this thing, though. Holy crap, you can get like, ouch. So it's almost like, what if you had, oh, I'm stuck. How did I go through the fence posts? Really? You can fit between a fence post in this thing? That's crazy. I didn't know that either. I'm going to hurt myself when I fall down, though. Unless I, oh, didn't ride the water elevator properly down the channel. So let me get that water back and get this water back. Try one more thing, and then we'll call it a bust. But you never know. Maybe one of you viewers will look at it and be like, wait a minute, I know what you could do. You never know. No, you don't quite make it, but you do make it if you jump off of a half slab. But not like this, unfortunately. So it doesn't look like I'll be inventing anything new today, but this is the start to progress that can be made on this hospital. Doop. The start to progress, which means the start to something good. You really do go flying up this thing, though, like at the beginning. You only really launch, though. Yeah, you only really launch out of the very top one. So if there was a way to make it half water, it'd be interesting to see. But I think if I replaced one of these with a half slab and then put water on top of that, I think it'd just end up being the exact same thing with the way that the... Oh, then no, then it'll just get caught on it. Yeah, it just doesn't look like that this is possible. How sad. Worth a shot. But anyways, as always, thank you guys for watching. You see what I'm doing? So we'll see where things go. And I will see you guys next time. And situational awareness, not always consistent with me, apparently. Even though I've discussed it before, we all have our days. I'll see you guys next time.